All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Starting off a fresh week with today's pre-market insight. All right, so getting right into it. For today's economic outlook, we have we have um, just the jobs job openings at 10. Um, that one doesn't really stand out typically as a major event that typically that moves the market that strongly. Of course, there can definitely be some volatility that can bring us some volatility um, and some choppiness or maybe a strong burst or whatever. But yeah, from my personal experience, I don't ever remember seeing one of these economic reports, really being something that makes the market just take off. It not like compared to the Federal Reserve news, it's not it's not as strong. So that's all for that. As far as news, there's nothing really significant that stands out. Um, there's some headlines about the trade wars. I mean, well, the trade talks with China and some Brexit stuff, but nothing super significant. And the way that I look at news, I don't really pay too much attention to the details of the news. The only thing I look for if there's something out there that can be the I guess like the cause or whatever, some major movement in the market. I'm only looking at the headlines really, and if I'm looking for something that really sticks out. So from the news today, I don't see anything super significant that would, that I should be making sure that I'm paying attention to throughout the day, and that could, really affect the market that strongly. So, all right, so let's go ahead and move over to the technical analysis. Um, Go ahead and so for today's pre-market volume strength, we're looking moderate so far. I would say we're moderate. Um, we got crude oil, the F contracts. They are above 100K of volume, as well as the Euro Forex Z contracts. They're above 100K of volume as well. Um, all right, so let's look at the Nasdaq. You can see, we drew out this channel here. We're trading in this channel. As I mentioned, I think it was Friday that we are, I would expect us to keep, just bouncing around this channel for a while. I wouldn't look for another significant move until we, break this channel. I would be also watching the support down here. If we could continue to have a breakdown, but if we do break the support, I don't think we just breaks it and it just takes off a bearish. I wouldn't be surprised to see some more bearish trading, within over the in the near future. I don't know why I can't talk today, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some more bearish sentiment in the near future. But as of right now, let's zoom out a little bit. Let's go like to a weekly chart, and you can see we're still bearish. I mean, we're still bullish, right? We technically have not entered a bear market yet. Short term, for if you just thinking short sighted, yeah, we're bearish right now. That's over since September. We had that big sell off in October and everything. So just for the year, we're actually sideways. If you just zoom out, see this is January, then we had all that excitement in February, and continuing through March and all that good stuff, all that fun trading through in there. Um, so and we're back at those levels, from early in the year when we had that that bearish excitement. That's that the sky is falling. Mentality back then. All the excitement from all of that bearish sell off, from all of that sell off back in the beginning of the year. We're back at that support area. So overall, we still got a little ways to go for the 100 moving average on weekly chart. So for the year, I would say we're neutral. We had this nice little bull run here, and if you look at it, if you zoom out, you can see that the the sideways trading that we're getting right now, it makes sense because we had this nice long, you know, market of just from 2016. We had a break here, but let's just say from 2016, the beginning of 2016, we were just on a nice little bullish tear, and we just, the market was just, trading bullish, really well, and we didn't pull back for a long time. So it definitely made sense for us to have some market correction here. It couldn't go on forever. There had to be a point. You see, back in February or March, we tried to. It looks like the market tried to break lower, but of course, that was just some. I would say that was some minor correction before it continued to climb higher. So this is really a continuation. So if you look at it in the form as like an S curve, that's all we had, an S curve here, and had new all-time highs up here, came down another S curve to retest that. You make new all-time highs, there will more than likely be some retest, and you see with all that strong volatility, we had that retest, and it retested all the way back down to that support, that previous support from the initial sell-off, and right there into the S curve, and then we traded bullish. So there's some smaller S curves in there, but I mean, all of this is really normal. So I said all that to say that right now the market is still bullish. This is really only a year of, you can look at it as a year of rest, but right now we're still trading bullish. And definitely if you go to a monthly chart, still the same picture. We still got the same, significant area of support, and we got this strong, bearish candle here for so far forming for December. But also back here in March, that was a lot of sell off back there as well. That's pretty, that's a pretty significant bearish candle as well. So we're not out of the bulls yet. We could be. There's, I'm definitely not saying that that this is not the beginning of a bear market. I'm just saying that there's not, there's no reason to panic yet. Okay, and if we do go bearish, then all we got to do, we should know how to trade. We should know how to either trade bearish or protect ourselves in a bear market. You should be able to know how to make money when the stock is going up and when the stock is going down. So as good traders, we are prepared for the markets to go either way. So anyway, so much for that. So that's Nasdaq right now on the daily, on the intraday chart. On the 5-minute, we are trading pretty much sideways. So bullish to sideways, a little bit of retracement as expected from the sell-off on Friday. Of course, we're not going to just keep going, straight down. There will at some point be some retracement, so we're getting that retracement right now. So it'll be interesting how how all that plays out throughout the day. So moving on to crude oil. Right now, on the daily, you see we're still just chopping around, getting some rest from all the sell-off back here. On the 5-minute chart, we for a while we were hanging out sideways, trading neutral, but right now we're bearish. Currently down 31 ticks. It's that's not really that. I would say that's pretty modest. A pretty modest move for crude oil. Yeah. So right now we're trading bearish with crude oil. So let's go ahead and move over to gold. And right now we're bearish on gold. You see, as the market opened, we were chopping around sideways, and then we finally broke down. We're seeing some good resistance here at the 1253 area, and I think this move right here would be a significant. Is a we should I'll be watching for it to. Goodness, why my Mac don't want to be my friend. Okay, I'll be watching to see if we turn over here. We tried to go lower. I've seen if we do something like significant, similar to back here. We could turn over here and then maybe chop around for a little bit. But right now we're bearish in gold and the euro. That's the other one that's over 100K of volume right now. And just like crude oil, we're on a daily. We're kind of resting from a little bit of sell-offs starting in September. And we got this nice support down here that looks pretty strong. As far as the 5-minute chart, let me go ahead and zoom in so I can really see it a little better, because we got some of the candles up in the header here. We're kind of, we're trading sideways. We had this at the beginning in the Asian hours. We had a little bit of we had this nice little, climb higher, and we traded sideways for a little bit, retraced that move, and now we're just bouncing around sideways. All right, so that's the analysis for today's pre-market insight. Now let's make sure we are making a plan. We're trading that plan and crushing it. And I will see you guys later for the futures mid-market recap.